Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. It's Friday the 22nd of December. Only a few days to go now till Big Santa arrives. Now, back to Everton stuff, obviously. Sam Allardyce today has basically put the ball fully in Ross Barkley's court. He has said Ross took part in the game on Tuesday behind closed doors and said that basically he's ready to be involved in games within the next couple of weeks. He was asked then about the possibility of Ross maybe signing a new contract with Everton, and he looked doubtful. But what he did say was that the ball is firmly in Ross Barkley's court. The door will never be closed to those conversations, he said. So quite clearly an indication that Sam Allardyce would prefer Ross Barkley to stay at Everton. I think we've all got to ask ourselves, if that was the situation and Ross was going to stay, why hasn't he signed his new deal? I'm being someone who's been right behind Ross Barkley all the way through. I think he's a tremendous footballer. I still think he's got a lot to offer Everton. I would prefer him playing in this team with the likes of Wayne Rooney and Gylfi Sigurdsson, and getting another centre forward in, and with the young lads like Calvert-Lewin, and really taking the club on. But it looks as though just at the minute Ross thinks that his best move will be away from Everton. He's 24 a couple of weeks ago maybe. He just thinks that the time is right to move on. And if that's the situation, that's the way it is. He's been in and around Everton's first team for 7 years. He's not really achieved anything. Well, he hasn't achieved anything because we haven't done much in that time at all. Some of it his own fault, and some of it obviously the club's fault. But it'll be a sad day when Ross walks out of Everton. If that's to be next month, then so be it. I mean, it's one for the club. If he's not going to sign, then I suppose we need to get that money in ASAP, and maybe someone will come in January with a £15 million bid, and Everton will sell Ross Barkley. It will be sad, but we have to move on. But otherwise, like Sam says, the door's open. Go in and sign your contract and be part of something at Everton Football Club. The club, you said you couldn't wait to commit to 12 months ago, and then didn't. So there we go. A couple of other updates that Sam Allardyce give ahead of the Chelsea match tomorrow. He said that Yannick Carrasco is physically fit. I've got a feeling he'll be on the bench tomorrow. Sam Allardyce didn't rule it out. He said if he's on the bench, he'll try and get him on the pitch. He said, I think we're as far down the fitness route with him as we can be without him actually playing games. So I think he probably will get himself on the bench tomorrow. And then obviously it's a case for Yannick then to take that up and see exactly how far he can push himself. We need him back just for an option off the bench even for now. The lads are doing well, but you can never have too many good players, and we need our bench to be as strong as possible to keep the players who are playing at the moment on their toes, and also, to give us options from the bench. He gave us also an update on James McCarthy. He said he's training every day, but doesn't feel himself that he's ready to take the next step and back into the team. He wants more time on the training ground, and I suppose that's a sensible view from McCarthy. He's had so many times he was rushed back under Roberto Martinez. He done a bit under Ronald Koeman, came back or went away with Ireland and got injured. And he's even done it this season. He come back, played an hour at Chelsea, and hasn't figured since. And I think that was early November, Chelsea. So it's been a while. It's been a while since he's been able to put a run of games together, and he's another player who would obviously strengthen us if he was fit. But we'll have to see on that one. Obviously, Everton today have also been linked with Moussa Dembele, Celtic striker. He'd been linked with him in the summer. It's been bubbling for a while. He is a player I think Everton probably should go and sign, because he's one of those players. He's a good goal scorer up there. We don't know whether he can do it in the Premier League. Did it in the Championship. He's done it in Scotland. I think he's got 40 goals or 43 goals in 76 games or something for Celtic. I know it's not the Premier League, but he's put the ball in the net. He's only 21. He can run. You know, he's quick. He's powerful, and he's one of those centre forwards you can mould. I suppose a little bit like Romelu Lukaku in that respect, although obviously Lukaku was doing it in the Premier League. So I think he will be a good signing for Everton. We're going to be linked with all sorts. Being also linked with Seri from Nice, who is a good player as well. But he's another centre midfield player, the same as Nzonzi, and you know. So obviously those links are there. But one link that doesn't look as though it's going to happen was Lamine Kone. Sam Allardyce asked about him today. He said he was excellent when he had him at Sunderland. He said, but given how much of a dip he's had, he's unsure whether that's the quality that will be needed at Everton, and got to ask himself why he's dipped so much. So maybe the Coney link has been ended there. Maybe we've had enough Coney for the time being at Everton Football Club. If you haven't subscribed yet, give us a subscribe. Click the bell notification button. If you want more videos, join us on Patreon. There you go. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas. Let's hope that Everton win all their games over Christmas. Have a fantastic Christmas. See you soon on Toffee TV.